One of the reasons you should always consider using a charter broker is you get independent advice. Generally, any charter broker that's worth his salt has been in the industry for a while. They know the strengths of the charter companies that they're going to recommend. They've probably worked with them for quite a long time, or they know the management, or they understand the boats. I do regular visits to the fleets. And they will give you advice from not just one charter company, but from a multiplicity of them, so that a charter broker can find the appropriate holiday for you. The great things about using a charter broker is that it's fee-free to the client. Any special offers or incentives are always passed through to the client, so that the price the client gets from the charter broker is exactly the same price as they would get from the operator of the fleets. They're just getting a little bit of extra advice for free and help should anything go wrong. I mean, there are several charter products that you should consider when you're making your decision on a holiday. There's the bareboat sailing holiday, and the bareboat sailing holiday is you sail the boat yourself. It's a self-drive thing, so you're going to need to have certain skill sets. Then there is a skippered charter, which is exactly like it sounds. It's a bareboat, and that we plonk a skipper on the boat. The skipper will drive the boat for you and maintain the boat for you, but you've got to look after the skipper. And then after that, we have a luxury crude package holiday, which is absolutely fantastic. You're on a lovely boat, you're woken up in the morning by the smell of freshly baked bread, they serve you squeezed orange juice on the back deck, and it's all very lovely, and there's a crew looking after you, every need you have, water toys everywhere, it's glorious. And then there's the buy the cabin option, which is a very exciting option, I think. If you're wanting to go somewhere a little bit exotic and you don't want to sail the boat yourself, if you have no sailing experience yourself and you want to try it for the first time, it's a relatively inexpensive way of doing it. And what you're doing is you're basically renting an ensuite cabin on a boat, usually a catamaran, which is a lovely, stable platform on which to experience it. Almost always it's all-inclusive. There may be a bar charge for some boats, depending on where you go. And they're in really nice places like Mauritius, the Seychelles, the Maldives, the Mediterranean, the Caribbean, and the South Pacific. I mean, it's just a glorious way of doing it and a very good cost-effective way of doing it. The cost of a yacht charter is just like anything else in the world. It can be an incredibly expensive thing, or it can be not an incredibly expensive thing. It is not uncommon for a Brit to be able to go to the Med, including airfare, for £80 per person per day for 4 people. And in the States, for an American to go from the East Coast of the United States to the Caribbean for about $120 a day. So that will get you the yacht, the airfare. You'll need to pay for provisioning and any mooring balls or dockage that you have after that, or restaurant meals. But again, it doesn't have to be an expensive thing. And in fact, it's the sort of holiday that the memory will last a lifetime. So it's worth every penny. Absolutely. It just depends what you want to achieve out of this holiday. If you've not got great experience, you can go on this holiday by going on a skippered charter, a luxury crude charter, or a buy the cabin charter, or even a sailing school charter as well, where you're taught to sail while you're doing it, which is another great option. And if you know how to sail, you can do a bareboat or any of these other options as well. So it doesn't matter whether you know how to sail or don't know how to sail. A charter holiday is the sort of holiday that anybody can do. And it's, again, something which will give you a lifetime of memories. My background in the boat industry it's been going on for a while now. It's been over 25 years. I started with a very small charter company in the British Virgin Islands that I was the manager of. We had 17 boats. Myself and another guy purchased it, and we grew it to about 160 boats in 5 locations before we sold it. So I've basically scrubbed bilges and gone all the way up, and then I went to go and work for the second largest charter company in the world, and then I went to go and work for the premier charter company in the world, where I was the general manager. So I've been doing this a while, and I know most of the players in the industry. I lived in the British Virgin Islands for 8 years and worked there running a fleet. And it is an arrestingly beautiful place. The sailing is quite simple. It's very well protected. The wind is always coming out of the east. It's always between 10 and 15 knots, and except in what we call the Christmas winds, which are in the winter time, where it's a little bit more than that. It's all line of sight sailing, so it's absolutely a breeze to sail there. And it's very friendly. It's a US dollar-based economy, and there are some very magical places there. There's the Indians, the Norman Island Bight, Anegada, the Baths, Jost van Dyke, and of course, for the adults, there's plenty of places to play, like Foxy's Peace and Love, Sebastian's Bar. There's the Bomber Shack for the full moon parties. It's just a great place. It's very family friendly, and it's just a great sail. It's actually where my wife and I took my stepson for his graduation from high school in the States. So he and a number of his friends went. And they had, I still get photographs sent to me by them, and this was 5 years ago, I guess now. So that's a great place. The Mediterranean has just an embarrassment of riches when it comes to sailing grounds and culture and cuisine and wine and all of this. But Croatia for me was a profound, not surprise, but treat. I cannot explain, it's very challenging to explain in words what it was about it, but there was this wonderful warmth of the people in Croatia, combined with this staggeringly beautiful scenery. I mean, it was so many different colors of brown and gray for the mountains, and then it came down to the tree line where all the vineyards were, and then down to this sparkling crystal clear water. It's just stunningly beautiful, and it's so many islands and different places you can go. But the wine was fantastic, and pretty much everywhere we went, we had some sort of freshly caught that morning grilled fish over olive branches and served with whatever the seasonal vegetables were at the time. And it was reasonable value, not reasonable, it was very good value. The people were incredibly friendly, and the scenery was breathtaking. From whether it be the Blue Cave, where you go into this little hollowed out entrance to this cave where the sunlight comes in and the water is just this, it's 70 feet deep. You can see all the way to the bottom as if there was no water, and it's just bright, bright blue. To the submarine hangars, you can still see evidence of the Civil War that was going on there. It's just a stunning place. The history is beautiful. One boat, one location, one holiday. In the winter, it would most definitely be the Caribbean. It would probably be the British Virgin Islands, and it would be a Lagoon 450, which is a catamaran with 4 staterooms, 4 heads, and a flybridge. A great boat, very spacious, very comfortable. In the summer, I'm going back to Croatia. It would be a Jeanneau 51 or 509, Jeanneau 509, out of Dubrovnik. I've done Split and I've done Dubrovnik, but I think Dubrovnik, I really liked going out of Dubrovnik, and I think that would probably do it. And just make sure I got to Korčula, because the wine in Korčula is fantastic. Proteus Yacht Charters is set up so that it will provide our customers with a level of service and comfort that is not currently in the industry. From our online booking portal right now, so people can get real quotes, real time, online, 24 hours a day, all the way through to the fact that I will be there 24 hours a day, well, not just me, the team will be there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, to make sure that if anything happens, we are there being their advocate. But right now we want to make sure that every customer that comes through is given a special level of treatment.